Welcome to Outright TV, a video and podcast series bringing you stories of queer people and allies across the globe. I'm Nazeeha Saeed, the Arabic Media Coordinator, and for today's episode, I'm talking to Norma Lize in Vancouver City in Canada. Norma, welcome to Outright TV.
Hello, Nazeeha. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Can you please tell us more who you are, and how do you identify yourself?
My name is Norma. I go by she, her, hers. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I am a trans activist. I studied journalism back in the Middle East. I am 28 years old, and I am working now with a nonprofit organization in Vancouver that helps refugees and newcomers.
Great. Well, the question is like, where are you now? I just said you are in Vancouver, and for how long?
I moved to I sought asylum in Vancouver 2 years ago. I left my country. I left Lebanon 2 years ago, and I came to Vancouver seeking asylum and protection here. So yeah, I've been here for 2 years now, almost 2 years, getting there.
What led you to leave Lebanon?
Me being illegal in Lebanon, me as a trans person being illegal in Lebanon, me as a LGBT activist, being like I can face jail and police asking me questions and attacking me or arresting me at any time, because being outspoken and having the freedom of expression or the freedom of speech in the Middle East is non-existent. Yes, I know that sometimes they say that Lebanon is better than other countries when it comes to freedom of expression, although it's not. If you dig deep, you will know it's not. And I know, Nazeeha, that you know somehow how corrupted it is, how corrupted and how dangerous it is to be an LGBT activist in Lebanon. And to speak about LGBT rights openly on media. So this is why I left Lebanon. I left Lebanon because I couldn't stay there anymore. I wanted to be who I am, who I was meant to be. And I knew that me transitioning in Lebanon would be almost impossible.
Well, also the situation get worsened through the years.
Yes, the situation 10 years ago was different than now. But definitely it's not good. It used to be horrible 10 years ago, but definitely now with everything that is happening and the marginalized community, the LGBT marginalized community in Lebanon, they are facing a lot of hate and discrimination on a daily basis.
Maybe you explained that earlier, that you seek asylum in Canada, but I'm asking more detailed the question, how and why you came to Canada?
Yeah, so I traveled, I am an inland refugee. We have a lot of types of refugees, someone who can be supported by the government, someone who can be privately sponsored, and we have the inland. The inland means that I left Lebanon as a tourist, and I came here and I applied when I arrived to the country. Why Canada? Because I believe that I can grow in this country. I've never been to Canada, actually. The first time was when I landed in 2018. I believe that I can grow in Canada. I believe that I can be whoever I was meant to be and however I feel comfortable with myself. And I know that trans rights in Canada are very advanced. I am protected and respected for who I am. I can always go back and seek help from the government and from authorities for being trans. I don't have to hide myself.
How is it so far?
It's amazing. Just looking back at my journey for the last 2 years, I know that I am privileged enough to know the language and to be able to communicate and to know how to deal with my day-to-day stuff. My journey here is this is what I always say. I always say that I was given another chance to be alive, and I'm not taking this for granted. I am more than happy. I am more than thankful and grateful to be here. Yes, we still have some holes or some like small struggles here and there, but I am more than happy to be here. I am blessed to be here. I am safe. I can go to a pharmacy. I can take my medication. I can go to hospital. Like I can do anything and everything, whatever I can. And on a personal level, on a career level as well, this country is opening a lot of careers and a lot of opportunities for trans folks. Um, I'm one of them, of course. I was able to work in HR when I moved here, and now I'm going back um, to my roots, as they say. I'm working with a nonprofit organization that helps LGBT refugees. So I don't, to be honest with you, I don't see this happening in Lebanon, and that's why I'm here.
Well, that leads us to the next question, which is like, um, how do you address that to the people who thinks that leaving our homes is easy and we are now living in heaven in the States or Europe or Canada, or in general in exile when we choose to be in exile? Choose
Yeah.
not to. The verb choose is also questionable. But yeah,
Exactly.
like what do you
Exactly.
say to these people?
I don't see me being here as a choice, because it was my only choice. Usually a choice when you have more than one, but it was my only choice to leave Lebanon and just be alive and just be respected and protected. Um, what do I say to people who would think that we live in heaven? No, it's not heaven. As a Middle Eastern trans refugee in Vancouver, I face discrimination. I face discrimination based on my ethnicity, discrimination based on who I am, my trans identity. It's not easy, not at all. It's different. The struggles are different when you leave your country. This is what I can say. The struggles are different, but I wish I am living a life free of struggles and problems and ups and downs, but it's not. But what I would recommend, of course, I would recommend whoever is not feeling safe and whoever is in danger in their home country, of course, I would recommend them to leave as soon as possible, because there is somewhere else where you can be. There is somewhere else where you can be safe, where you can be respected, where you can be protected. The struggles would be different again, but there is somewhere else where you can where you can exist, where you can live.
Definitely. How do you make life around you more comfortable and more suitable to live? Like you're taking out of your society completely. You are now planted a new life in a totally different place, different planet, different country, and even like across the oceans. So
Yeah.
how do you make it more bearable, I would say, or more comfortable for you?
Yeah. Um, I do my best to surround myself with positive people, with people who see the best in me. It is hard to leave your country where you have friends and family and supporters and allies and people that you worked with, that you grew up with. It's hard, but it's not the worst. Like, you can find friends. Personally, I am an extroverted person. I like to be around people. I like to engage in conversations. You see me, you, you know me, Nazeeha, on a personal level. So you see me in all the events, everywhere, attending several events, several meetings, just being involved in different groups. So I can have a big circle of people, and I can have good connections, because as much as I would like to live by myself and have no interaction and just mind my own business, it's almost impossible. So surrounding myself with allies, positive people, and people who see the best in me, helped me a lot. And connecting with myself as well, knowing what I want on a personal level, knowing how I want to navigate my life and where I see myself. Yes, I believe I am a positive person, or I do my best to be a positive person. But I see that, like, personally, I see it both ways. It's either I'll be positive and happy, or I'll be negative and miserable. And it's, as I told you, I've got another chance to be alive, so I'm not taking it for granted.
Just to let the audience know as well, they are usually used to see the photo or the video of the person that we are doing an interview with. So Norma decided not to go on video. Do you want to say why, Norma?
Yeah. Thank you for respecting my decision, Nazeeha, for not showing my face. Of course, I am not publicly out yet as a trans person back home. I am out here in Canada. I am living my authentic life, but I am not publicly out yet in Lebanon. And I know that your audience is wide, and I know that we have a lot of mutual friends. So just for me to be able to maintain this privacy or this security, at least for now. But I promise you, next time we do an interview, I will show you my face. I will be smiling on the video. I will have the rainbow flag with me and the trans flag with me. But for now, I personally don't feel comfortable enough sharing my face.
That's totally respectful, and we would love to have you soon, or whenever you are comfortable with your beautiful face. Also, Norma is a very, very good makeup artist. So, when she's out, she's really out with all what that word means. Well, I would
out
add,
and about.
yeah, I would just add as well, like, as people who are living in exile, maybe I can share some with you, like surrounding ourselves with food and music make us also like more, I mean, food and music coming from back home make us more more comfortable. Dancing or Nancy Ajram or Ruby or something like this will make life more bearable, even if it's an exile and it's difficult experience that we are facing.
Oh, to be honest with you, the smell of tabbouleh and the smell of good salads or good meat or good chicken when you're cooking at home, or when you're just remembering your parents back home, the smell of it. And Fayrouz is always with us. Fayrouz will Fayrouz is everyone's, I guess, best friend when they leave Lebanon. And the smell of coffee, the way we talk, the way we deal with things. And thankfully now on social media, you only feel that physically you are not there, but you are there with your friends.
Definitely.
Yeah, because we are connected. It's such a small world. But yeah, food and music. In your case, you mentioned Ruby and Marwa. In my case, I mentioned Ferouz. But trust me, I enjoy Ruby and Marwa equally.
Now, I would just like also just add to that, like the smell that you talked about is hugging us and giving us this hug from back home, the hug of a friend and family and the beautiful memories that we have from there.
Of course. Even the hug of a mother. And in my case, as a trans person, not just myself, like a lot of trans folks, they face rejection from their family when they come out. So the little things or the small things that they can get attached to just to make them remember their family. Personally, I have my mom's perfume here at my place. Whenever I feel that I am alone or whenever I feel that I need to talk to someone, I spray her perfume around and I just sit and cry sometimes. Sometimes cry, sometimes laugh, sometimes sing, it can be different.
That's beautiful, Norma. Norma, thank you so much for being with us today and taking the time to speak with us and outright. It was our pleasure to hear from you and to also know how people who decide to leave their country, how are they living and how they are continue the fight.
Yes, of course. Of course. Thank you so much for having me, Nazeeha, and I hope we can connect soon.
Me too. This was
Thank you.
Nazeeha Saeed, and I spoke to Norma in Vancouver. My colleagues and I will be back soon with more stories.